Well, certainly we just didn't, especially the second half, didn't do the things we needed to do. You know, when you don't make shots, it really looks ugly, but look ugly, and I think that's where we pretty much have to look at, and then guarding the three, something we haven't done well all year, but we worked hard to try to change that. They did a good job. I got to commend LSU. They, came in here. We played probably our best half, probably of the year as far as the first half is concerned. Maybe we got it wrong. We should have reversed it. Played bad the first half and played better the second half. But the way we've been doing. But it is what it is. It was an opportunity for us to make a statement. We didn't. So we'll see what we have to do going forward. Yes, sir.
Coach, you talked about early in the season about your guys struggling to contain the dribble. Does that lead to the three-point field goals? Because maybe 8 or 9 of those times where you guys got broke down on the penetration to kick off for a three.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have somebody at the other end of it who's catching it and able to make those shots too. But yeah, when a kid like Trayvon can really break you down and find people open, 8 assists, and they've got to make the shot. But they got a lot of open looks because of his ability to penetrate, drive the ball, draw people, and dish it to the open man. And that's something we need to work on. But again, one thing jumped up and raised its ugly head was the zone. When they went zone, we just had a lot of trouble trying to make shots, and then we tried to force it, driving baseline, turn it over. So that just killed us.
What do you think Mike Parks has given? What do you think of what Mike Parks gave you tonight and so far this season? Well,
I think he did great tonight. He probably should have played him more. He played 22 minutes and given us he's one of the few guys that had a shot 50% from the floor. So, and he was on the boards 22 minutes, probably most minutes he's played in a long time. So I was pleased with his performance. He did a good job there. We tried to force the ball to him a couple times and turned it over. But again, he's given us just what we expect him to do, a little more. His knees a little bit, he's been getting treatments. So he looked like he was a little bit healthier tonight.
Tubby, did you feel like in the second half you were getting the shots you wanted and they just weren't falling, or was it?
Well, we got some good looks. I mean, Jamal, he's pretty good. He's probably our best three-point shooter, but he just wasn't up for the task. You've been working on his shot, and I think he's just in his head now, I guess. And Kareem, he had good looks, 0 for 3, and Jeremiah's been knocking down threes. He's one of our top three-point shooters. He went 0 for 4 tonight, so and those things really. You got to make those open shots. But then again, the turnovers, 9 turnovers in the second half, you just can't do that. And that's what happens when you're missing shots. You try to penetrate, try to find somebody, and the other guys are cutting and everybody's trying to go to the basket because they couldn't make a shot. And that's what you get.
Coach, the goal of this team is to win.
Pardon me?
The goal of this team is to win a conference championship, and you guys have a nice stretch of games coming against conference play. The next upcoming game will be against Cincinnati. Rob, you mind talking the game plan?
Well, we're playing. That'll be a tough one because they're one of the better teams, probably the best team we play so far, and they've got a lot of talent. I really haven't had a chance to watch them on TV and watch them on tape. Every day. It's been, you can see we've been trying to do. It's just we got to take it one day at a time, one practice at a time. And but I really don't, we've just got to play better than we did tonight. Take care of the basketball when you go in a place like that because they're very up-tempo. They're going to be, they'll press you. They'll run their matchup zone, and that's something we've got to be preparing for. And we'll work on that tomorrow and Saturday and see how we go from there.
Do you feel like this is the most in-game coaching you've ever had to do?
What do you mean?
As in calling out plays, showing guys where they need to be while you're standing on the sidelines?
Yeah, we really, because we've got a lot of guys don't know. I mean, we're really and I mean, that goes back to just 11 new guys trying to learn a new system. You would think by now, but that's not the case. It usually takes about half a season. I'll be honest with you, and with so many new players, especially junior college players, they really have a real, because they've been used to being the man. They've been used to being screen 4. They've been used to get me the ball in the class. So now it's a whole different ball game, and you can see it in Kareem Bruton or some of the other guys where they try to take on they try to do too much. And the toughest thing for people to learn is just do your job. Just play within the system, play within the, and not try to do too much. And that's when we get in trouble. And then defensively, we really have had problems with guarding guys one-on-one. That's probably our biggest challenge, is guarding people one-on-one. Now, granted, we were up against one of the premier, I think, quickest point guards we're gonna see, and he really did a number on us.
With Jeremiah and Kevon playing heavy minutes, you really had to lean on them a lot tonight. How much do you think fatigue played a factor down the stretch in tonight's game? A lot, especially with Jeremiah, because he was chasing Tremont quite a bit, and Kevon, he's just, again, he's moving. Again, we needed him in there at the time. I think we were trying to rotate, Jamario in there a lot, help him, and I think we had some relief probably. And Michael probably should have played him more down the stretch there, but we needed some shooting and some scoring, and I was hoping that we would get that out of Jamal and a couple other guys. But yeah, it probably wears on them. They had a guy. Well, they had a guy play 38 minutes, 27, but we had 35, 32, 38. We just got to get more people on the, we got to get some rest for them, like you said, especially in the second half.
You seemed, you've seemed pretty fired up for a while here this season. It seems like that's probably something you've figured out about this, how this team kind of reacts. But you mentioned earlier that this could have been a statement game. Why did you see this game as really important for this team's progress? Well,
it's a home game. We want to keep the home court. We had won 9 games here. I thought we were playing. I knew we hadn't played this level of competition in a while, but just the things that you have to do. I think we really worked on guarding the threes. We've worked on the things you saw us not do. We probably worked on dribble reaction. When a guy dribbles baseline, you float to the corner. You don't go charging into where he can pass you the ball. So again, goes back to, I think, the process that, look, I can't make a jump shot, so I'm not going to go to the corner. I'm going to cut where I can probably get a offensive rebound, or where I can get a closer shot. And that's what it boiled down to. But even at that, we shot, 28%. So, they challenged us at the rim. Again, we did go 13 for 20, and that was another thing. We didn't shoot the free throws. We didn't shoot free throws like we had been, and that didn't help. Again, we out-rebounded them, and we got second chance points, but we really didn't capitalize on them like we should.
Coach, what is it about the zone defense that gives y'all so much trouble?
Got to have better shooters. Number one. You got to have better shooters. No, number 2. You got to have better shooters. And it always is that always remedies. We just need to continue to practice and improve. And like I said, when our best 3-point shooters, Jeremiah and Jamal, go 0 for 6, or no, 0 for 1 for 5 and 0 for 4, 1 for 9. We're not gonna win. That's any team. I don't care if it's NBA, Little League. If your shooters aren't making shots, you're gonna have a long night.
Anything else?
I hope so. He had a virus, and that didn't help either, because he's a guy that can really penetrate at 6'8" and find people open. He's a great passer. And he probably could have made some threes, too. All right. Thank you.